Yo, yes, man, we back, we live. It's your boy, Hefioso, the bear better know so. This is Bunyanz Forest, and we tuning in. And this is episode 10. We calling this one the miniature maple man's massive missteps. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So one, I'm not here to pass judgment on Tory or anything like that. But I feel like this is all a learning experience. For like one thing about life is you can watch somebody else's missteps and you can learn from them, so you don't have to do the same thing, right? And I feel like a lot of the youth, a lot of people in general, could actually learn from Tory Lanes in this case, especially in today's society. Where everything is on social media and things like that. Everything's smoke and mirrors. People get caught up in the clout circus. And I feel like that's a huge reason of why Tory's behind bars right now, right? But the real reason why Tory's behind bars, the real reason is because of Tory's ego, man. Tory's ego is what got him behind bars, right? And I feel like a lot of men, a lot of youngins, we really need to take into account, like, how detrimental letting our ego govern our actions can be, right? You know what I'm saying? Like Tory was at the top, one of the most, one of the biggest artists in the game in the nation. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest artists in the world, one could say, especially during the pandemic, that chicks, what I'm saying, the radio, quarantine radio, he had a, what I'm saying, he really had grasped his footing in the game and within music in general. You know what I'm saying? He really did. He had a lot to lose, right? But how was he moving? He wasn't moving like he had a lot to lose, right? And that's how he lost it. So first off, when we talk about the night of the event, right? Everybody's like, all right, there's only one person who had GSR, gunshot residue on their hands, right? So that was her friend, right? Kelsey. So a lot of people assumed that, with that being said, that Kelsey would be a suspect. But it turns out that that wasn't enough to garner a reasonable doubt for people. Now, the question a lot of us want to know is why, right? Why was the GSR ignored on Kelsey's hand and not, like, why was the lack of GSR, on Tory's hand? Why wasn't that taken into account? But I think what happened was they said that it was inconclusive on Tory's part. So maybe, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he poured something on his hands and it was just inconclusive or something like that. And it would be like, the only thing that I could think of in the scenario is maybe like he pushed her hand down or she pushed his hand down while they were firing the shot, or they were wrestling with the gun, or what. But the question is, why, when you're with two women and a bodyguard, why is the gun coming out anyway? Right? So the only thing that one can think of is that it has to be Kelsey, right? It has to be her. But the bodyguard didn't even attest to that. Like, nobody else attested to that. And I'm trying to figure out, for everybody who's like a conspiracy theorist and everything like that, I'm trying to figure out, like, why, what would be the benefit of, what would be the benefit? Like, we all have to put our thinking caps on. What would be the benefit of them just like disregarding the fact that Kelsey could be the one that really shot her? Like, what would be the benefit of the powers that be? Like, I'm really trying to understand. Like, why would they let Kelsey get away with shooting Meg and just fry Tory? Like, why would they do that? The only reason that I could think of is like how he was moving leading up to the trial. That's really like the only, like, why would they have it out for him? You know what I'm saying? He was doing a lot of shenanigans, man. And that's ego. He really could have just shut up and just chilled and kept it easy. I don't even think Meg was going to press charges. She didn't start talking about pressing charges till he started doing that funny shit on the internet. And the question is, why? When you got so much to lose, why are you even playing like that out there for social media, man? That don't even make sense. It makes zero sense whatsoever. Like, it's no way, like, you know what I'm saying? You sleeping with both women, this, that, and the other, but like, why is a gun coming out? My only thing is like you thought you was Eddie in Harlem Nights. Like, that's the only reason it could be. You got a whole bodyguard there. You know what I'm saying? Your bodyguard not gonna let you get slimed out by, like, come on, man. Are we serious? So that's why it gets tricky. Like, the bodyguard disappeared so he wouldn't have to testify against you. You know what I'm saying? That's the grace that it gave you, but it just wouldn't make it just don't really make sense on the other end. For all my conspiracy theorists out there, it just don't make sense. And then at the end of the day, yo, you a black man in America. Why would you even add fuel to the fire? Why are you wagging your finger? Like, what are you doing? You know, they like, bro, he really felt like he was bigger than the program. You not bigger than the program, bro. Like, why are you out here dropping, like, why are you dropping mixtapes talking about an ongoing criminal investigation? You supposed to be so street, so hood. Why are you talking on these jail phones? Why would you even admit, like, why would that even phrasing, why would that wording even come out your mouth in a situation that you in? Knowing it could possibly be put on you. What? Buddy thought he was living a movie. And now it's like, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like B-Rabbit and 8 Miles back to reality, bro. Like, you were bugging out. You bugging out. You got your daddy on the courthouse steps speaking in tongues. That's what we doing. But you put memes up on talking about y'all think how y'all think when I'm going to jail and everything. That shit aged like milk in the sun. It's nasty. It looks gross now. It looks nasty. And the only ray of sunshine I feel like is that yes, he got 10 years, but he's not gonna do that full 10 years, guys. Come on, man. He gonna do like 5 or 6, right? What sucks is he gonna get deported. So now they about to Jazzy Jeffy up out the country. Oh, it was a little bit. Let me see. Oh, we got movement. All right. But yeah, that's a tough thing. Because that's where his bread and butter was. His money was down here. And again, you had so much to lose. But what was he doing before this? Before this Meg situation happened, what was he doing? He was trying to run around trying to bully. He was trying to bully niggas. Well, he beat up August Alsina. Then he get into another fight with somebody else off. Like, you know what I'm saying? He kept pressing the issue. Now you pulling out firearms with women. Folks is like, nah, like that's what really did it. It's public opinion. But also, like, you know, he was a habitual line stepper. DA seen that was like, oh yeah, he thinks he's a tough one. Oh yeah, it's election year. Is elections coming up? What? Oh no, we do not play when it comes to domestic violence, when it comes to violence, when it comes to gun crime. It's political, man. Like, we got a big name. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a big name. You a big name. And that's why it's Tory's like, Tory in jail because of Tory. Tory crashed out. Them little bitty kidneys, man, got sauced up and crashed out. Because, like, what are you doing? Why does a gun come out when you with 2 women? You with 2 beautiful women. You sleeping with both of them. Why? And you got a bodyguard. So why is a gun coming out? And it's your gun, dickhead. Like, it's your, like, what are you? Come on, man. What are we doing? And that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like, you at a party with Kylie Jenner. You left the party because Meg got mad because Kylie was giving you play. You at the peak of your powers. You were living life. Why does a gun come out? Why does a gun come out? Ego. She probably touched his soul. She said something mean to him. That's why I'm fucking so-and-so. Your dick ain't hitting on shit, this, that, and the other. Keep that nigga, da, da, da. And his ego, little short nigga, da, da. Dunk on you, nigga. She's probably cooking him. She was probably cooking him. And she was sauce. All 3 of them was drunk. But you got a bodyguard there, right? That's all I'm saying. You got a bodyguard there. And I low-key, I feel like if Kelsey the only one without star power there, right? If Kelsey is pulling out the gun and doing that, the bodyguard is smacking the shit out of Kelsey. She getting slammed. Nobody's caring about Kelsey's well-being, really. And everybody in that car, whose priority, whose well-being is the highest priority? When we talk about them three involved, it would be Meg, Tory, Kelsey. And honestly, it would have been Meg and Tory probably was on the same level, but Meg was steaming hot. So it was Meg, Tory, Kelsey. So why the hell would the bodyguard? Come on, man. We gotta use this. We gotta use reasoning, man. We gotta really use sound reasoning. It just don't make sense. Politically, that's the only thing I could think of. The only conspiracy-wise, that's the only thing that I could give y'all. Like, yo, it's election coming up. You a big name. You pulling a gun out. You know what I'm saying? You using a gun, you using a gun, recklessly. They gonna bam you. They gonna bam you for that. They gonna bam you for that every time. And you not from here. Like, what you doing playing with guns? You not even from here, man. Like, yo, this this clout, man, this clout shit. Cause dog, he really could have been good and in the clear. Cause Shorty didn't want to press charges, but he was just popping. He was just popping too much shit. Then her team went and her team had to defend her because she had a lot going on there. She was the hottest. She was one of the hottest acts in the country at that time. She was on fire. Hey, bro, it was just a miscalculation after miscalculation after miscalculation. Gun should have never came out. Miscalculation. You know what I'm saying? You sauced. Like, you so sauced that you can't. You so sauced that you don't have a handle on a situation that involves two women. And you got a bodyguard. Like, I don't know how drunk, you know what I'm saying, man, it's Mr. Ben, but you off your square regardless, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just man shit. If you don't know how guns getting pulled and everything like that, they're your guns. Like, regardless of whatever happened, bro, why you not securing your firearm, dog? What type of time, like, weirdo? It's just real weirdo. Dude thought it was a movie. And nah, dog. Like, there's no reason that the firearm should have been discharged. Why is the gun going off? Meg get hit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why is Meg getting hit? It just really don't make sense. Like, I know the bodyguard would have smacked the shit out of Kelsey had he seen her raise a gun towards Meg. Or Tory. Kelsey ain't paying nothing. She ain't no star. She ain't. So why? Come on, man. Like, then this is another miscalculation. You putting out misinformation to DJ Academics, squirrel ass. Like, yo, Ack has built an empire, a media empire. So look, it is what it is. You got to give credit where it's due. He's built the media empire, but the character and just like he be on lame timing, it is what it is. But that right there, that was a misstep. That was nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to sway public opinion. Public opinion don't matter. You should have been trying to buy off a jury. The people in public opinion does not matter. It's the 12 jurors that matter. It's the 12 jurors that matter. And when that stuff's coming out in trial and stuff like that, who do you think they looking at? And look, this isn't hearsay because his own lawyer said that they was giving information that his client Tory was giving information to DJ Academics. What we doing? DJ Academics? What's he gonna do for you? Now DJ Academics, he about to get his ass sued for sure. Rock Nation coming, Meg coming. Them civil lawsuits is coming. Buddy was on the stream about to crash out. He was talking crazy. But yeah, man. Let's let's really think about this, bro. Like, after the incident, he did not have to say anything. Why did he speak on it? A gun was discharged. Criminal investigation underway. Why is he talking about it? Clout. social media, they cloud. He making songs about it. Why? Clout. He got DJ Academics calling Meg all types of bitches and hoes and bringing up her dirty laundry and her sexual history and all types of little stuff, man. Like, no. Shiesty game. Very shiesty game, but Buddy lost. Buddy could have took a pill. I mean, he could have took a little plea. I think they had offered him like 5. So he probably would have got like 5. They would have, you know what I'm saying? He would have been in there for 3. He had already done 8 months, so they would have given him a year, so he would have done like 2 years. But, you know, Buddy had to take that shit to trial. Take that shit to trial. And he had the best lawyers too. That's a crazy thing. But the best lawyers didn't even help him out. Why? Because that jail tape, bro, right? They put a jail tape out there. They're playing him on a jail tape. Why didn't the lawyer say, like, yo, nah, this is not him. This is not my client apologizing for shooting the victim. This is my client apologizing for his sexual misconduct with the 2 women. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that they are friends and everything like that. That's what's going on here. They just let that rock. They let the narrative that the prosecutor was putting out rock. All that money that he paid him, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know, man. It was just missteps. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody messes up. I'm not saying like, yo, he's I don't know, horrible person or anything like that. I don't know the guy. But he made some missteps. And he was very cavalier with his career. He was very cavalier with his career, cuz. Like, he was really wilding, dog. Wilding. Because he was trying to snuff people out. He was moving like he was tough. And now you got to see what happens is when you move like that, like, people don't look at you as a businessman. They look at you as like, oh, you tough guy. You a thug. You a tough guy. You want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to get into it. You wasn't focusing on your money. Main thing you want to focus on is being tough out here. You beating up August Alsina, bro. That man's got an autoimmune disease, don't he? That man's sick. And he was biting them. Beating, you know what I'm saying? Beating up people he can easily beat up. Then it looks bad. You know what I'm saying? You taking all these easy wins, you looking like the bully in all these situations, then boom, something happens with a woman. With a notable woman, one of the women with the biggest cachets in the game right now. And now people ain't giving you the benefit of the doubt. They saying you. They pointing the finger. Uncle Salmon, they saying he did it. Lost the benefit of the doubt, man. All because his ego, man. All because ego. He got the ego, and he got to feel tough. The ego went, oh, they 2 friends. I'm gonna smash both of them. Knowing that's dangerous in a messy situation. Knowing especially, like, you know what I'm saying, how Kelsey is the, you know what I'm saying, of lower cachet than Meg. How nasty that shit is. Ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can fuck. Come on, ego. Anyway, moving on. The ego with the social media stuff, talking about an ongoing criminal investigation that he's a part of. Ego, talking about that. On the jail phone, thinking he Rico Suave, trying to apologize with the sexy, oh, I'm sorry, I would never. What that nigga was on? He was on, like, bro, like, you got a lot at risk right now. Why are you talking on these phones? Every single call is recorded. But you street, though. This niggas be cosplaying. He cosplayed and crashed out. That's what happened. I feel bad. It's horrible. It's sad. But that's what happened. But he cosplayed and crashed out, man. He was trying to play a role. He thought he was like, you know what I'm saying? He thought he was a super neat girl. I don't know what that nigga thought, bro. But he thought he was untouchable. And see, when, especially in this country as a black man, whenever you moving like that, the powers that be always try to find a way to humble your ass, right? And here in this case, they had a perfect situation. But he enabled that. He enabled that. And it's unfortunate. But again, the silver lining for all the people that, feel upset about Tory's 10 years in prison. I definitely understand. He's a super duper talented artist. This has destroyed his career figuratively, but maybe not. I don't know. People may still be clamoring for Tory when he gets out. We never know. We don't know. But he's not going to do 10 years. He's not doing 10. He may do like 5 to 6, but he won't do 10, right? So I know that 10 number seems bad, and it is, you know what I'm saying? It is bad. He's a triple felon now. It's tough, but he's not doing 10 years. All right, so there's that. So for everybody's like, that 10 years is harsh and this, that, and the other. It definitely is, bro. But like, yo, he got convicted he took that shit to trial. Like when you take it to trial, like that's why they call it blowing trial. He blew trial. The worst thing that could happen happened. He blew trial. So he got smoked on all 3 counts. So he got assault with a firearm, illegal possession of a firearm, and negligent discharge of a gun. Like, those are all felonies. He got hit with every one. Like, and you out in California, just like if you out in New York. Like, shit, it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair to me. Plexico had to do 2 years when he shot himself, when he cheddar bobbed himself. But he had to sit down and do the 2 years. You get caught with a gun out there, it's a mandatory minimums you got to do. Like, that's just the law. The law, man. The law. That shit it sucks sometimes, bro. And it's different from state to state. Buddy was from, you know what I'm saying, Canada. I don't know if he thought it was sweet out here, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be bucking guns, bro, out here. And then, like, okay, they give you a plea. You don't take the plea. And if you blow trial, if you get convicted of all 3, you know they're going to smoke you. You got to understand the judge. Like, he was writing letters to the judge, talking about, please, judge, don't let them ruin my life. And he was doing all these speeches. Like, nigga, who are you? Nigga thought he was Nelson Mandela or some shit. Like, bro, come on. Like, and respectfully, I'm not happy that the shit happened. I'm just like, bro, he was new to the system. He didn't know that the system don't care about that shit. They don't care about that letter you write in. They don't care about, like, oh, they might ruin your career. They might ruin your life. No. The system is literally put in place to actually do those things. The system is Birdman rubbing his hands to ruin your life. Like, look at Khalif Browder. You know what I'm saying? Over back, look at that. The system is designed to ruin the lives of Black and brown people, bro. It's designed. That's why every day as a Black man, a Black person, but a Black man especially, you have to move with that knowledge. Like, you got to move strategically out here, bro. Especially with the more you get, the more, like, bro, the more you amass, the more dangerous you should get. The more you amass, the smarter you should get. The more careful you should get. Because you got more shit to lose. It's common sense. It's like a video game. Like, bro, like, I got more shit here. I can't respawn. I can't lose this. Nah, I can't lose this life. Hell nah. And Buddy was at the top, but was taking that shit for granted. And it's all because of ego. You know what I'm saying? It's really what it was. It's all because of ego. Now, I ain't come here to preach or nothing like that. I just want, you know what I'm saying, my youngins, and other men out here, like, bro, your ego. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't let your ego cause you to crash out. You know what I'm saying? Boom, like, your shorty leave you. She get with another nigga. You got to eat that. Your ego is going to tell you, like, nah, like, but nah, you got to eat that. You can't crash out. What is the benefit of that? You know what I'm saying? Ego. You got to check that. Somebody hating on you. You know what I'm saying? They hating on you and shit like that, but you got so much shit going on. But they ain't got nothing going on, but they hating on you. You separate yourself. It's no point in getting in conflict from that. Because you got to know that that's not going to lead to anything positive. You got to know when to, you know what I'm saying? You got to know when to separate yourself from certain individuals, from certain situations. You know what I'm saying? It's tough, but that's a part of manhood. Knowing when, like, oh, this shit dangerous. Like, you got to understand, like, oh, we in, like, at the end of the day, and like respectfully, like we seen what happened with Chris Brown and Rihanna. Intoxicated in a car, got into a fight. Chris' career ruined, was changed. It wasn't ruined, but changed forever. We fast forward. Same exact things happens to Tory. We didn't learn from it. We didn't learn his lessons. Like we didn't learn. We didn't learn. Like yo, maybe we shouldn't be that bent with women. So we so off our square when these arguments and stuff like that occur. Maybe. But nah, like, you know what I'm saying? We don't do that. We just, oh, that's just him. But you gotta pay attention, bro, out here. So you don't, you know what I'm saying? So you don't have to bump your head. Cause shit, bro, if you learn the lesson before you have to really like, you know what I'm saying? Before it's a bought lesson, you came out ahead. You came out ahead. I just want all my youngins, all my men, all my people in general, bro. Like, cause I'm speaking from experience. Like, learn. You can't continue to make the same mistakes. And if you see somebody, and if it's a huge mistake that everybody knows about, like this whole Tory Lanez thing, you gotta learn from that, bro. You gotta learn from that. Cause we can't afford to be like, bro, how much wealth did he give the US justice system during this case? How much? That shit was supposed to be going to his family, to his children. Instead, it was going to, you know, judges, the lawyers, court fees, restitution. That shit not worth, a lot of that shit don't be worth it, man. And I want people to really understand, like, the reason why we saying these are missteps is because, like, I want you youngins to really understand. Like, is this shit ever worth it? It's never worth it. To crash out is never worth it. Never. You got to stay on your square out here. You got to stay focused. Like, as soon as you get unfocused. Tory's purpose was to make great music, and I guess in his head, whatever the fuck, if he feels like touch lives and whatever, you know what I'm saying? But his purpose was to make great art. He gets distracted from his purpose, doing bullshit, and now look, now his purpose gets taken away from him. Now he gotta figure out a way to stay afloat. He gotta figure out a way to still pour into his child. He gotta think about his family, and he gotta handle the shit that's going on inside. That shit he's gonna have to deal with, because you know they're gonna try him. They're gonna try him, especially like, bro, you ain't here for shooting a woman. You don't think they're gonna try him? Man was eating filet mignon. And what Pop say, filet mignon. Man was eating filet mignon. Filet mignon. Lobster. Dealing with the finest women. Making dope art. But let his ego trick him out his position, man. Let his ego trip him out of his position, man. And honestly, even after the incident, that's the thing that's so trippy about it. Because even after the incident, she wasn't going to press charges. All he had to do was shut the fuck up and show some contrition. Talk to her behind the scenes, dog. This is where you gotta be apologetic. You fucked up. Regardless of, even if it's like, yo, even if Kelsey, let's take it this way. Let's say Kelsey shot her, right? How's Kelsey getting your gun? How are these women not safe with you? And you got a bodyguard. Just on man timing. That's really the question. Like, bro, like, how does this happen under your watch? because you was drunk, you was sauced, you was inebriated, you was off your square, and now you fumbled your career. And that there's thousands, hundreds of thousands of Tory Lanes out there, bro, that are just not as talented or as notable, but there are thousands that fumble. You know what I'm saying? That slip up. Now, like, again, we all make mistakes. You know, I tell people all the time, you never want to beat yourself up because, like, a lot of times, like, sometimes that's all you'll have is yourself. So you can't beat yourself up because you really beating up the only person who really got your back 24/7. Really, like, that's the person that gotta stick by you is you. So what point does it make? You know what I'm saying? What is the point of beating yourself up? But you gotta hold yourself accountable, man. You gotta hold yourself accountable, and you gotta strive to be better each day, man. Dude was a notable hothead. He been swinging on people for years, and that shit caught up to him, unfortunately. And it cost him everything that he'd been working for, everything that he had grinded for, years of work, decades of work, man. He put in hella work, and all that just wiped away. Just because he didn't, you know what I'm saying? He didn't check his ego. And just because he didn't, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't on a square. So, man, it's pretty simple, man. It's pretty simple. But yeah, so that's tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me if I'm tripping. Let me know what you think. Like, you know, maybe I'm wrong. You know, if you think it's the government that did this to Tory. But in my opinion, Tory's ego is what did this to him. You know, like Tory's ego. You got to be able to check yourself. Also, men, like, bro, all this rah-rah shit, like, bro, all that shit does is bring the police and bring court fees. All that stuff, man. If somebody, like, puts their hands on you, or if somebody, like, you know, hurts you, threatens to hurt you, or your family or something like that, by all means, man, do what you got to do. But all this other stuff, bro, like, I don't care what a hater got to say to me. Just don't come over here playing because I'm going to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? But you can say whatever you want to say. But you come over, as soon as you come over here playing or threatening me and something like that, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to go max because I don't bother nobody. So I'm going to go max. You know what I'm saying? But that's just, you know what I'm saying? That's me. But you got to be, you know what I'm saying? You can't, you got to conduct yourself like I would urge all my youngest out here, all my men out here, conduct yourself like a business because you are a business out here. This is America. America is a corporation. You know what I'm saying? America is a corporation. You know, businesses have rights in this country, man. For real, for real. They are looked at as human in this country. For real, for real. You can check it out. So you need to handle yourself as such. And you need to understand the rules in this corporation. And how they can cost you if you crash out, if you know what I'm saying, if you run afoul of them. You got to understand, man. And you got to know, you got to judge what risk to take, what's worth it. You beefing with two women that you slept with, there's no reason that a firearm should come out. I'm going to just leave it at that, bro. Like, regardless of the matter. Hope everybody's having a dope day. Let me know what you think. Subscribe. Follow me at C's Capital in real life. Follow us, you know what I'm saying, at Stoner Yakuza, YCG. Make sure you check us out at the Pyramid up in DC. Check out our dispensary. The Pyramid up in DC. Yeah, man. It's YCG. Go hunt. Ciao.